Good afternoon, everyone. We can officially say good afternoon now. Hopefully you all enjoyed Sam George's presentation on digital transformation. I was lucky enough to introduce him, and I thought that was just a fantastic presentation. Next up, however, I'm very excited to introduce to you Jiang Wangcheng. Jiang is the president of IoT Solutions at Huawei, and Jiang will be speaking on expanding connections, exploring industries, and promoting IoT solutions. Okay, let's welcome.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Jiang from Huawei. I will take this opportunity to report you the cellular, especially the cellular IoT progress and what we have done in the cooperative intelligent transportation system. And also, how can we do to expanding this IoT connection and how to create the data value for the verticals. It's a basic architecture about the Huawei IoT architecture, our concept. We will focus on three vertical directions. The first one is the smart city. It's the cellular IoT technology-based solutions, especially the relevant IoT or eMTC and the evoluted 5G. And the second one is the connected vehicle. The connected vehicle has a very big scope. For example, the traditional TSP service and the RVI service and the autonomous driving and together with the ITS solution. And now here I majorly focus on the ITS solution based on the V2X technology. The third one is manufacturing, just like lots of introductions this morning about the RIC and the Industry 4.0. And Huawei will not touch anything about the device now. We just provide our chipset and the OS and the OBU for the car, the own board unit, and together with the network. So we mainly focus on the IoT infrastructure to enable the IoT industry. So how to promote the industrial IoT to accelerate this kind of the massive commercial deployment? The major measurements. The first one is we will provide the basic infrastructure related components to the industry, to our partner. And together with the IoT cloud service, we have already deployed our IoT cloud service in China and also in a lot of this other regional. For example, the European, the Middle East, and the Southeast Pacific. And also we put a lot of effort to promote the standard to support this kind of interoperability for the whole IoT industry. For example, the last year we put the LWM2M, the new version, together with OMA to the GSMA, to make it to be the cellular IoT connectivity, the southbound standard, to solve this kind of interoperability between the IoT platform with different chipset vendors. And another one is another example is about for example the security standard. We call it the DTLS plus. Now when we try to introduce the DTLS, it's one standard for security from IETF to deploy the full IoT. We found that the power consumption has a big issue. And we started a lot of research and test and do some improvement for this standard. So we, last year, we pushed a new version, new amendment for this standard. It's a new one, DTS Plus, to make it to be published cloud in the IETF. So it's a very good progress for the standard. Yeah, second important thing is to do some aggregation for these three different kind of verticals. That means we will provide our application path on the Huawei cloud to enable different kind of application on top of the cloud. And the last one is, we will provide a very good environment for our partner, for example, for the developer to do the solution pre-integration and the new service innovation. Personally, we will let you know that the cellular IoT-based IoT industry has growing very fast. The first one is narrowband IoT-based. For example, we can hear that the number of the connection has more than 50 million. Majorly happen in China. And more than 14 industrial has already been ready for scaled commercial use. And more than 50 industrials has started the commercial use. And at Huawei now, we have more than 2,000 partners. And more, I want to let you know, the top popular use cases now is, I just make the three examples here. The first one is the fire detector, the smoke detector. The fire detector now could be used just mounted on the ceiling without any cabling. No cabling for the data transmission, no cabling for power consumption, power supply. Just the powered by a battery. Two batteries can support about 3 or 4 years. And it's very easy to be mounted on ceiling. So, in Zhejiang, in Hangzhou city, Zhejiang province, it has more than 3 million device requirements. In one country in Middle East, it has more than 4 million fire detector requirements. And the second top popular use case is electric bicycle supervision. It happened in Zhengzhou city in Hebei province in China. The project has 3 million piece of electrical bicycle. And the third one is gas metering. So lots of this kind of very top popular use cases have already now started kind of massive commercial deployment. And how to make all these use cases to be available globally. Huawei now started our IoT service for globe, especially for vertical, for carrier, a lot of this. So we have already deployed the IoT cloud service in China and in Europe. Yeah, we issued our hosting service in Europe for West Europe, North Europe, and East Europe. And also the Southeast Asia and Middle East. So based on this IoT cloud service provided by Huawei, we can transfer the pre-integrated the ecosystem, the cloud service to any country in the world. So it's very easy to be used by our vertical user, by our carrier. So it's very easy to be duplicated all these mature use cases. And also now partners could have this kind of commercial contract globally. So it's very important and basic service for the ecosystem expanding. It's the very typical and basic IoT cloud service architecture. At the bottom there, we will provide the basic IoT platform service. For example, the IoT Hub, the DMP, the Device Management Platform, and also together with the Application Enablement Platform. It's the three major layer basic management platform for the IoT connectivity. And also, based on this connectivity basic function, we will provide the full vertical application path. For example, the application path for the connected vehicle, and the application path for the intelligent transportation, and the smart city and the smart campus, to enable the different kind of our partners' application. So it's and also we will put our partner into our Huawei cloud market. This is a very important idea to let our partner, this kind of pre-integrated partner, to be part of the use cases that could be easily duplicated by our customer global. For example, here we have already provided the device management on cloud as a service to one carrier. That means our carrier partner can to fund the project, and with their existing SIM card management service, but the device management and application enablement service will be hosted in Huawei cloud service. So it's very easy to let our carrier to deploy their out service. We have already successfully deployed this kind of service in Europe. For example, the digital key for one hotel digital key. And the IoT market, cloud market is a very important methodology for us to facilitate the partner to do this kind of fast and easy pre-integration and innovation. And currently, we have more than 500 smart city-related projects, and 400 smart campus, or different kind of opportunities that open to our partners, And we can also to provide a different kind of innovation capability to our partner, to our the ISVs, to do together to make the whole capability, the whole solution to our the final user. So this cloud-based IoT service is the basic capability to support our the final user by the collaboration with our partners. And how to make Huawei's partner, I think we can provide different three models. The first one is our partner can do this, to pass to Huawei's technical certification, and then to be the solution component in Huawei's IoT solution, and then we will move it to transfer it to carrier, a different carrier. It's the first use case, first model. And second one is we Huawei can building the IoT project together with our partner to give the final service to our carrier. Because just selling the IoT is is majorly hosted from the carrier. So the carrier is the very big partner for the IoT service. And the last one is Huawei. We will provide provide our IoT service together with a partner to the user or to the third partner, because the third partner actually is the system integrator, and then could provide the service to the final user. So it's the typical three kinds of collaboration model. And how to become a Huawei IoT market partner? Actually, it's very easy. The 3 steps. The first one is just to do some the usual registration online. And the second one is a very important one, to pass the Huawei's technical certification. We have a 3-level technical certification. The first one is compatible. That means the device has the capability to do the interoperability with our IoT platform, the Ocean Connect. It's just some functional certification. Another one is enabled. That means this kind of technical certification is for the application. That means the application can work together with Huawei's IoT platform based on the loss-bound RESTful APIs. And the last one is validated. Validated, that means our partner can provide the device and the application, and that work very well with Huawei IoT platform is the first requirement. And second one, they need to pass the security test. So the security test is very important. Yeah, all those validated partner could go further to the step 3. That's to become a preferred partner, a business partner. That means we will sign some other business contract, business collaboration contract with our partner. It's the basic, the security requirement is very, very basic one and an important one for the IoT. Huawei has our own security, IoT security architecture. We call it the 3T plus 1M. 3T, that means 3 different now technical methodology for the different nails. The first technical nail is for the devices. The second one is for the pipeline. The third one is for the cloud and application. So, for the devices, it has different computing and storage and transmission capability. So we need to make the defensible capability to be configurable. That means the adaptive defensible capability should be deployed into the device. So we have this kind of capability for the device. For example, the DTAS, just like I mentioned to you, we have the new improvement for the devices, for the standard to make it to be reused into the devices. And the second one is a lot of the methodology, a lot of technical has already been used for the pipeline, for the pipe, for the base station, for the core network. For example, how to control this kind of the signaling search for the network, especially for the IoT is very important. We have a lot of this kind of this algorithm designed in the pipe, in the basic telecom infrastructure. And last one is the analysis on the cloud. So for example, to do the merciless device detection and isolation on the cloud. Yeah, for example, the traditional DDoS, DDoS capability in the cloud. A lot of the data protection and also together with the privacy management, the data privacy management. We will follow the requirement about the GDPR this year. So this is the 3T. And for 1M is another very important part. That means we still consider the very importance about the human being. That means all the tools and the necessary security management procedure is very important, is to be required for our IoT solution. So we are now working together with the carriers, together with the verticals to do a lot of this kind of security maintenance. We try to figure out this kind of SOP, standard operation procedure about the security. It's very important. So there's a basic methodology, 3T plus 1M is the architecture about Huawei's IoT security. And how to build this kind of IoT security ecosystem? Based on this IoT architecture, we try to do lots of these actions to make all the IoT ecosystem to be secure enough. And then we can bring the security IoT solution to our final user. So the first one is to do the validated certification. We inside Huawei, we have already constructed a lot of this kind of capability to do the security test. We collaborated with a lot of consulting partners to do this, the IoT black box tools to do the security test, especially for the devices. And we also open the security capability to our partners. For example, we provide our Night OS embedded for the chipset to our partner, to the developer. So inside the Night OS, it has already pre-integrated a lot of this kind of, for example, DTS plus capability. So for our partner, it's very easy to use this kind of security capability. Last one, we open this kind of joint innovation together with our partners and with our user. And all this capability has really been done in our global open lab. So it's very important. Yeah, we try to make the IoT security solution, security ecosystem for our partner. Okay, the last part, I just want to share you some typical use cases about a smart city. It's the for smart city, we have a lot of this kind of commercial project. I just show you some typical use cases happened in the smart city. For example, all these use cases now I just listed is based on the cellular IoT technology. For example, the agriculture. For example, the manhole, the smart street lighting, and metering, smart parking, smart CCTV. A lot of this kind of use cases has already been commercially used for the smart city, And the connectivity, the connection for the IoT is the basic one, the first step. But we will not stop at this level. We are now trying to do some new innovation for the data value. Even the data should be hosted by our user. the ownership is still belong to our final user. But according to our users' requirement, we can do a lot of this kind of big data or EI, the enterprise intelligence, on the cloud service to do the data analysis to create the data value for our user, final user. For example, for this world company, we can do this the data analytics for the water company to achieve the leakage rate from 30% to 10%. It's a very important use cases happened in Shenzhen. Yeah. And another use cases we have already done is together with the gas metering partner to do the gas the volume for the last month, to do the forecast about the volume. You know, the gas price is not fixed. It could be the dynamic changing. So how to net the gas company to do the order with the very lower price. So they need the forecast about the volume for the next month, the new requirement. So we can do this kind of the data, the big data service to do the forecast for the next month's requirements. Yeah, so for the forecast, So now it's has already been used in Beijing. So we together with our partner. The second part is about the connected vehicle. Yeah, just I mentioned to you, we focus on 3 major directions. Today I will give the more detailed introduction about just the first 2. The first one is smart city, based on cellular IoT technology. The second one is a connected vehicle. Yeah, connected vehicle. So, you know, the connected vehicle has a very big concept. Today I just want to give some introduction about the vehicle and road and network synergy. Maybe it's a new concept for this, the vehicle connection. And we can know that currently we have, the transportation department has already deployed a lot of devices along the road. For example, there's the traffic light, and a lot of cameras. But we can know that a lot of this kind of devices and infrastructures is installed just for the law enforcement, to do the management for the government. But we can find that the information is not transferred to the car in time. So we can see that all this intelligent transportation still has a big room for updates. So how to do this kind of improvement? So now here we try to deploy the V2X technology, the cellular V2X technology to improve the current transportation system, to improve the traffic safety and efficiency. You know, when we talk something about the smart vehicle, even the autonomous driving, we try to think how to add more and more devices on the car and a lot of very complex algorithm to do this autonomous driving. But we can find that the cost is very, very high. So now the idea for us, we try to bring some new ideas. That's to make the road to be smart in life, and then to lower the total cost about the smart vehicle and the autonomous driving. So it's the basic idea. So we, based on the collaborative RTS, we try to do four things. The first one is assisted driving. Assisted driving, just like what has already required in 3GPP, the BSA, the basic nail. And the second one is the autonomous driving. Autonomous driving. Yeah, you know, we are now doing this kind of project together with the partners to do the autonomous driving based on the V2X supporting. And second one, to do the city governance, to help the police, the city governance is a very important one, the third one. The first one is to have the policy to do the traffic law enforcement. You know, this kind of idea about the vehicle and road synergy is very, very useful. It's some data we can get from SAE. With the V2X and the ADAS support, the traffic accidents could be reduced to 96% after the 6 million of the traffic accidents analytics. Yeah. So I think this kind of V2X technology together with ADAS is the two basic requirements for the vehicles and for the road. And also we, after this analysis and in our practice in Wuxi, in Jiangsu province, we can see that the traffic efficiency could be improved about 15%. About 15%. I think it's very important for the government, for the so it's some how say there's a different nail, different steps, and we can see that the V2X currently we are now mainly using the LTE V2X, and also this LTE V2X could have the smooth evolution to 5G. It's the certain sense we can cite it from 3GPP. That's the NR V2X for 5G will sure complement LTE V2X for advanced V2X services, yeah, and supporting the interworking with LTE V2X. That means we need not waiting for the 5G NRE V2X. You know, 5G has three major features. The first feature is the EMBB. So currently, only this feature has already standard frozen, could be used publicly. But for the EV2X and MMTC for the IoT, it's not standardized. So currently, we can use LTE V2X for the first stage V2X use. It's the vehicle road synergy. We can see it's a very important and mandatory journey for the autonomous driving. Why we say that? Because we can just mention to you, currently, if we focus only the vehicle intelligence, it will cost a lot of money. Yeah, we can see there's autonomous related device and the new computing cost will maybe double price of the car. So it's a very, how to say, unaffordable for the end user. So how to lower the cost? So with the smart road support to make this autonomous driving is very important. Yeah. So we can do this kind of matching about the CITS function with the level 0 to level 5. Then we can see that especially for the higher level autonomous driving, need the CITS support, need the V2S support. Yes. Actually, we are now starting this kind of innovation together with our partner to do the one-button horning, right horning. Yeah, that means you know autonomous driving has the very useful, the top useful scenario is to do the one-button ride hailing. That means if you stop your car just outside the parking slot, and then you just push one button, and your car can find the parking slot by the car itself. How to achieve that? And also another one is when you just get down your office, you can stand in outside of the parking place, just one button to ask your car to go to find yourself. So I think it's the top useful use cases. We are now doing this kind of use cases together with a partner, especially for the cargo, to make the autonomous driving from warehouse to warehouse, warehouse to harbor, harbor to warehouse, harbor to warehouse. So it's a very important use cases. Another one is the telematic formation in the highway. You know, these use cases can greatly reduce the cost about the logistic company, especially to save the driver and the oil, the energy. You know, this is one real practical use cases that we have read down in Wuxi city, in Jiangsu province in China. We have already deployed the crossroad about 440 crossroads with the new modernization. And the square is about 170 square kilometers, and about more than 20 line industrial partners involved. And more than 20 valuable use cases scenario has already verified in Wuxi project. Yeah, we can see that a lot of big partner has already involved. For example, Audi, yeah, and Shanghai GM, and the PSA, Ford, Volkswagen, yeah, a lot of the big company has already involved in this project. And it's real case we do in Wuxi, It's the red line is just the area we do the modernization for the CITS. Okay, for the CITS based on CV2X, you know, we can see it's very important. So we have the basic vision is to build the CITS to reduce the vehicle and road information asymmetry. You know, we can see that the information communication now for the vehicle is not asymmetry. Yeah, it's asymmetry. We try to improve this kind of communication asymmetry to make the V2X to be the basic infrastructure to be standardized by directional interaction between vehicle and roads, and improve the traffic safety and efficiency, support evolution to cooperative autonomous driving, yeah, to reduce the cost of autonomous driving. So what we try to do is to make all the V2X related equipment to be the very, very basic infrastructure for the transportation, for the road. So we listed the basic architecture. It's very easy. This page I will show you just some basic components for the V2X solution. The first one is the chipset. chipset. You know, we have already commercial launch in our chipset. It's a balloon, 765. It has already commercial launched. And the OBU is the evolution of the T-box. It could be one onboard unit for the vehicle. Yeah. We have already used it to do the modernization in Wuxi about the 440 crossroads. And RSU is the roadside unit to do this information broadcasting and also to do the information connection and then report to the central ITS system. So the RSU is a basic, the information communication unit. The V2X server is another component for in the cloud to do the data connection and data value creation. It's very important to achieve the different kind of use cases. And it's some the key points we have already found for the large scale CITS, the commercial use. Yeah, you know, the first one is the road infrastructure to do this kind of commercial deployment is the first step. So how to build this kind of V2S to be the roadside infrastructure? So we need to demonstrate to demonstrate the value to convince the government and the policy department to understand the architecture, to know the value about the CITS, and then to deploy this V2S component in the roadside to be the basic infrastructure for the road, just like the traffic light, Yeah, it's a first step. And we can how to demonstrate the value. I think it's a very important one to improvement the penetration about the OBU's market. That means the OBU, the on-board unit for the vehicle, should have the very high penetration, and then to do the volume demonstration to convince the government. So the first step is to do this kind of modernization for the aftermarket, not the OEM, So if we try to do this kind of new modernization for the OEMs, for the before market, I think it will need a very long time. For example, at least 1.5 years. So the first step, we can do this kind of modernization for the aftermarket, And the third one is important to do the standardization, for together with the government, with the ITS department. And now we can see that the 5.9 gigahertz, the frequency has already commercial launched in China and dedicated for V2X use. So I think the basic requirement has already been solved to got the spectrum support. This page shows lots of opportunity for our verticals, for our partners. We can see a lot of opportunity from industry. For example, more than 50 trillion China yuan traditional investment transportation will have to invest for this area. And a lot of this highway and the city way need to be modernized. So the very big, very huge market for this area. But for the solution level, we can see a lot of new opportunity. The first one is a device. The first one is device. Yeah. For device, we can see that the HU, the HUD, and the for example, the real view mirror, yeah, the real mirror to do this kind of the real monitoring. So together with the OBU for the aftermarket. And another one is the HD map. You know, for this V2X solution, we need the high accuracy positioning, and together with the HD map supporting. So these are the new two components, the major components for the V2X solution. And for the A path, for the application path in the virtual server, is a very important one for the whole virtual solution, for the CITS. So we still open this kind of opportunity for our partners. And the last one is about the final application on top of the cloud. We hope a lot of this kind of partner to collaborate with Huawei to do this kind of solution. Okay, I just give you a very quick introduction about what's the cellular IoT progress and what we have done for the CITS. Yeah, and we hope that all our partner and the vertical user can work together, yeah, with the Huawei support to make the massive IoT deployment and to do a lot of improvement for the traffic safety and efficiency, and also to lower the autonomous driving. Okay, thank you.